Suddenly, it struck him, was that boy Choi? Could he be in Korea? Times L pound eomout at ev letter 3ca omout at I circumflex eomout yakut equal letter 763 not sign the a o circumflex relic letter 47 is circumflex eomout 3 omout until the letter g vd acute dot up 3 y acute pound copyright pound micro divide by r a tilde divide by half I circumflex eomout face the challenge of a quarter o grov letter 3ca endure challenge is pound net sign eo or letter 3ca strom once pound net sign egrov o tilde micro eomout at a umout or r letter 3ca the fragile planet sign or a quarter a tilde acute at 12 omat micro yen is circumflexi sedilla cyrillic letter 4b 1 pound 3 omat a grob braille 1267 pound copyright. He dozed off now and then, and when he opened his eyes, it was already late at night. On the dangerous platform edge, he felt like he was in a game of escape. The duo finally caught the poor deserter, dazed and unresisting, like he came for class. All three knew that Choi would have to face more struggles upon returning, but out of kindness, Junho helped him make a call to Mom. He reached to pull but his pants got rejected, and looked confused, quickly apologizing what a Right after that, a scene from a grim comedy unfolded. Such acts almost play daily in the Korean army, but today was different. The bullied soldier finally struck back. Once the gentle soul of the barracks, now with warm blood splashed on his face, he felt an unprecedented thrill and liberation. What a dramatic character. The voice of a new recruit snapped him back to reality. He stood up, crossed the line, transformed into a runaway, and the heartbreaking chapter began. Subtitles, police. Choi Soon-pye has turned into a deserter. This is the absolute last scenario Junho ever wished to see. As one of the victims of military bullying, he understood the plight better than anyone, but now the injured veteran, Yui Kang, was in dire straits. The higher-ups wanted to blow this out of proportion, because once the police got involved, the media would swarm in. What a hassle for the military, and the DP team should fetch him. Deputy Mayor Pye Jung must act, as he is not like Junho. They didn't want Soon-pye, such a good lad, to go to jail for the undeserving. As in past searches, the pair began with acquaintances. First, they went to the art school where Cao Shaifen taught before service, affectionately called Teacher Feng by students and teachers. Because he was always kind and never got angry as he left, Sonia gave Soon-pye's account and password to Junho. Amazing. I have no idea what's going on. Please help me. Meanwhile, in Pyeongchang, Captain contacted Soon-pye and Fatty, both military buddies who loved anime. Subtitles. They often joined exhibitions on holidays. Last time, Soon-pye left halfway in poor health, so pitiful. He even bumped into a passerby. Oops, I'm so sorry. Hey, who do you think you are? That was the first time Fatty saw such a side of Soon-pye. Junho was curious about what exactly happened to him on the day he escaped. Finally, he got the last straw from Yui Kang. Back to H1 Chang-su's discharge day, comrades gathered to bid her farewell. In the army, soldiers traditionally smile and forget grudges at this time, but H1 Chang-su's outstretched hand ignited a spark in Soon-pye's heart. Soon-pye thought, how could this jerk act like that? He stepped forward, grabbing H1 Chang-su, wanting him to take it seriously for a moment. Time's ill, but the other seemed to miss it entirely. Haha, sorry. The seeds of revenge may have sprouted then. Until the moment he escaped from the army, things spiraled completely out of control. Back to the present, Junho discovered that Soon-pye had uploaded a violent revenge sketch 2 hours ago, and he felt a tightening in his chest. H1 Chang-su was definitely the target this time. He rushed to the bus station and found him there, cautiously raising his hands and slowly approaching this lost soul. At that moment, Soon-pye had lost all hope. Trusting no one, they began to physically clash in the cramped seats. Gentle Soon-pye turned fierce, escaping through the window like a movie scene. He charged into the crowd, stirring up a commotion, bumped a stroller, kept apologizing, so funny. But such a gentle soul was pushed to this point by bullies, things escalated dramatically, and now the police were involved. The DP team was ordered back to base, but Junho couldn't shake his worries about Soon-pye, so he used the excuse of going to the bathroom and sneaked onto the bus to Seoul. Meanwhile, Pye sought an opportunity, rushing in with a modified car. H1 Chang-su remained oblivious to the looming danger. Late at night, returning to his tiny rented room. H1 Changsu was being scolded daily by his boss, having lost his shine as the bully, now just a lamb. Suddenly, a knock at the door broke the silence. Thankfully, it wasn't Seung Pyo. What a relief. Junho was quick to warn H1 Changsu about the seriousness of the situation. Unexpectedly, he didn't care at all and shut Junho out. Rather than protecting him, Junho was more concerned that Seung Pyo would act impulsively. Action was needed. Realizing things were going south, that familiar figure appeared. Junho chased after Seung Pyo all the way to the apartment. He opened the door to an empty room. At peak tension, H1 Changsu appeared like a ghost. Seung Pyo was knocked down, but there was no regret in his heart. After all, he thought he was still in that unreliable position in the military. "Are you still waiting for me?" Each time H1 Changsu came to, their interaction felt like a performance on stage. Seung Pyo's eyes were like those of Oscar winner Joaquin Phoenix, completely unhinged, laughing maniacally yet seemingly lost. He lost all, self-harmed like a madman. Pyo Yoke had waited alone by the subway station. He was still there waiting, awaiting the critical moment. He was still there waiting, and the decisive moment was about to explode. On the way back to the barracks, Seung Pyo was calm again, his eyes filled with resentment that Yao Zhong understood all too well. But murder isn't revenge. Do you think people reflect before they die? They just die, that's it. Unfortunately for a suffering Seung Pyo, all words felt too hollow in that moment. He pulled out 2 lighters from his pocket. Subscribe for more thrilling content.